Production crew, Ted DiBiase is at the commentary desk now and he's talking. You can turn his music off. We're ready to go here.
You could be working for me.
Back in the day when wrestlers could say that to Vince McMahon and he wouldn't lose his temper over a joke.
At the Royal Rumble, anything goes.
Except for the time referees threatened to disqualify wrestlers for hanging out outside the ring, or that time Macho Man Randy Savage was allowed to compete despite eliminating himself.
Ted DiBiase.
I wonder, where's this camera going? Tatanka is posing in the ring for the fans, and naturally I'd assume the camera would zoom in on him for the good shot, but it's panning toward a random space in the upper deck of the audience, and I checked just to make sure there was no special guests. There wasn't. This is an awkward shot. Bam Bigelow is making his entrance while the screen is showcasing Tatanka instead of Bam Bam's entrance video.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tatanka moved out of the way to prevent Bam Bigelow from causing a pre-match assault, then proceeded to do it himself. I guess I win regardless.
And you do not want to get into it.
A big giant dropkick from someone the size of Bam Bigelow, and all it does is cause Tatanka to slightly stumble, and it was perfectly connected with Tatanka too. Not gonna lie, this is almost the opposite of what I thought would be happening in this type of match. Tatanka, the much smaller competitor, is not even fazed by a massive dropkick from his much bigger opponent. Meanwhile, Bam Bigelow drops to his knees from a single punch to the face. You can see why that doesn't seem to add up, right? Oh, I think I get it now. Dropkicks that actually connect with Tatanka doesn't faze him whatsoever, but dropkicks that miss him completely will knock him over. Wait, what? While yes, I can understand the double collapse because of both men hitting a crossbody at the same time, shouldn't Bam Bam get the advantage due to his bigger size here? Or is this opposite day in the WWF?
Exasperate myself if never happened.
Well, that's what happens when you keep dancing around the ring instead of focusing on your opponent. I'm Native American too, so I know the importance of dancing, but when it comes to the ring, it's not going to help much. Sure, Bam Bam missed the moonsault, but it never ceases to amaze me how someone his size was able to use that much athleticism. Definitely inspired many present-day wrestlers that you don't have to be a cruiserweight to be able to do these flips. While yes, Tatanka won the match, Vince McMahon still called the victory too early. Like imagine if Bam Bigelow kicked out right there. That would have been awkward. Previously on WWF. Oh, come on, stop censoring me. I literally said WWF earlier and didn't get censored.
The greatest opportunity, the one that I've waited all my life.
Damn, I gotta take a sin off because Owen Hart really knows how to sell a storyline. While the Hart brothers claimed that the water is under the bridge, you can just see the fire still burning in Owen's eyes that he's being overshadowed by Bret. Excellent storytelling just by visuals. The one thing that will never stop being irritating in the old days of wrestling is the commentators talking over the ring announcer.
Look at this. Up in the air. Slap.
Pierre almost slammed Bret Hart right on his shoulder and neck with that move. He should be thankful that the injury didn't happen, otherwise Bret's career might have ended and he'd be blaming Pierre for many years to come. Can Johnny Polo please put his putter out of the way? I'm trying to watch the match. I don't care about your golf clubs.
Mention that Bret Hart also likes to.
Owen Hart prepared to spring over the top rope, then thought, nah, let's climb the rope instead. I don't want to be overshadowed by Bret, but I guess I don't want to overshadow him either, or something among that logic.
Owen Hart wasting no time.
And meanwhile, Jacques is wasting all the time.
Side back body. No, look at this. Owen.
Either Jacques was supposed to lift Owen Hart on his shoulders for an electric chair but forgot to do so, or Owen just wanted to rub his ass in Jacques' face before going for a suplex counter.
Jacques coming out. Drop kick by.
Owen missed Jacques completely with that dropkick, which in turn caused Jacques to fall in different directions. Perhaps Owen's eventual explosion on Bret is caused by all these early on botches.
Holding his own by himself.
Owen missed the slaps because Jacques backed his head out of the way, so that's alright. But Jacques looked to kick Owen either in his hearts or on the leg, keeping him up, and missed completely. Another missed moment. Man, Vince McMahon really needs to work on his timing. At an obvious 2 count, he believes that Bret Hart won the match and the tag team championship for his team. Seriously? Owen Hart never tagged himself in, so he is not the legal competitor for his team. Sure, he's pinning the legal member of the Quebecers, but the referee should be telling Owen to get out of the ring because Bret is the legal Hart in this match.
Oh, there you go. Is that a tag or not?
I mean, Owen is outside the ring and was hanging onto the tag rope. His foot may be over the top rope, but he's still technically standing on the apron, thus it's a legal tag.
The Quebecers must be having a heart attack.
Was that supposed to be a pun, Vince?
The Hitman and the Rocket will be.
Bret Hart gets kicked in the gut, which would logically make him bend forward, especially when he's caught while running. Yet this kick to the gut caused him to go sailing backward. Now if the boot was to the chest or face, that landing would make sense.
Both of them.
I'm gonna guess Jacques quietly whispered to Bret, "Hey, you think you can lift your boot up and smack Pierre in the face for me, please? The dude left the restaurant without paying the bill once, and I want to get him back for that." Pierre no-selling Bret Hart's headbutt that was hit on him literally 5 seconds ago. If only Owen saw a replay of what happened, then maybe he wouldn't have been as pissed off at Bret for their loss.
Come on, Ralph.
Knowing Pierre's invincibility shown earlier, I'm surprised he didn't immediately recover from Bret's kick to the gut. Even despite the fact that Johnny Polo expanded the top and middle rope, Bret Hart still would have been able to bounce off the top rope, but instead he ducks down and willingly throws himself out of the ring, likely practicing for the Royal Rumble match.
This is ridiculous.
With how many weapons have been used and how many times the wrestlers ignored the referee's request to get back into the ring, how has he not thrown the match out and called for a double disqualification? To me, that would add more fuel to Owen blaming Bret for the loss. I guess I can understand the referee stopping the match because of Bret's injured leg, but he couldn't have at least waited for Bret to tag in Owen. This post-match assault is one we all saw coming, but I also thought it was hilarious to hear Ted DiBiase's signature laugh when Owen attacked his brother. Unfortunately, though, it's still a post-match assault.
I would like to speak with Bret.
Yeah, sure, let's speak with the injured guy who just got betrayed by his family and is in both emotional and physical pain. What could possibly go wrong with that?
You only worry about yourself, Bret.
I guess Bret Hart agrees with Owen, saying that he is selfish and only cares about himself with that thumbs up gesture to the screen. Somewhere out there, a young Chris Jericho saw a Renard Shyster carrying a briefcase, told someone that it'd be cool if a briefcase contained a title opportunity, and got laughed at by everyone except Eric Bischoff.
I am disgusted. It's a pathetic.
While I can understand Jim Ross's disgusted reaction to Owen Hart attacking Bret Hart earlier, it's kind of ruining Razor Ramon's entrance because here's the Intercontinental Champion, and Jim Ross immediately says, "I am disgusted," which almost gave me a mindfuck because I thought he was talking about Razor Ramon. What is IRS doing, creepily raising his head in view from the ring canvas like he's some scary monster?
Owen Shyster is trying to get IRS in a brawling mode.
I think that's actually Razor Ramon trying to get IRS into a brawling mode, not IRS doing it to himself.
Here comes that atomic drop.
That's weird. Usually an atomic drop doesn't cause your opponents to start running off the ropes, it makes them stumble in pain. But here, IRS starts running even though Razor didn't even so much as shove him into the ropes. Gorilla Monsoon believes that the mats on the outside floor is the concrete cliche. Might as well throw that one in. Renard Shyster is a dick to Razor's Ramones. Wow, that was without a doubt the softest Snapmare attempt I have ever seen from Snapmares. Surprised Razor did sarcastically say, "Wee." Yep, this guy's definitely the living embodiment of the IRS the way he's operating. Demands his money and cheats his way to get there. The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point in the match cliche. Really bringing in the cliches here. Even though this decision gets overturned, victory due to outside interference is still a sin. I'll definitely have something to say about the overturn on the decision though. This sequence of a second referee showing up to let the original know what happened makes cheating to win practically impossible because there are more referees watching the match. Let's make sure to never bring this up again ever in future scenarios of victories due to outside interference, except when they are the most convenient. But also, why do this? Why have other referees reverse the decisions? This completely destroys the term of referee's decision is final. And if they can do this when a victory is caused by cheating tactics, why don't they ever do this for the thousands and thousands of other times this has happened? Matches restarted when the bad guy controversially won and the good guy wins within seconds of the restart cliche.
Merry Christmas, Yokozuna.
The Undertaker and Paul Bearer building the casket for Yokozuna throughout the Christmas holidays was awesome, and how kind of the Undertaker to put a wreath on the casket for the occasion. Whoever said this demonic figure was heartless?
The lid.
Mr. Fuji enters for Yokozuna and briefly said, "Oh shit, we jumped the gun before the music hit. What do we—" Oh, never mind, there's the music. Imagine if they truly jumped the gun and the Undertaker's music hit instead. That would have been awkward. Role reversal time. I gotta take another sin off for this. Normally when someone has their back turned to their opponent, the opponent jumps forward and attacks from behind. But here, Yokozuna is extremely cautious about approaching the Undertaker even with the back turn. Shows how scary the Undertaker truly is. My, Undertaker, what big lips you have. All the better to kiss you with my Wait, what?
Yokozuna.
Damn, Yokozuna is so dazed from the Undertaker whacking his face off the steel stairs that he perfectly leaped back into the ring without so much as a stumble. It's a good thing that the Undertaker halted before hitting Yokozuna in the head with a chair to prevent a dangerous chair shot. However, from a viewing standpoint, it doesn't look good visually. This is why they should just stick to not aiming for the head at all. Well done, Yokozuna. You managed to blind the Undertaker with Mr. Fuji's salt, but also risk blinding the fans at ringside too.
Get him in there, get him in there.
Yes, I get that the casket match was still rare during this time as it had only been done a few times, but how does Yokozuna think that closing the casket right here will give him the win when the Undertaker is not even inside the casket completely? Over half this casket match is Yokozuna's allies beating down the Undertaker until they finally get him into the casket. And that truly ruined the match for me because there were practically 10 wrestlers working on Yokozuna's behalf. I'll just throw in 20 sins because this was horrible.
The eternal flame cannot be extinguished.
Even after being put in the casket, The Undertaker always has some chillin' words to say, as an everlasting promise to return despite his predicament, and I fucking love it.
The Royal Rumble's almost here.
I'll finally take off a sin for WWF promoting the wrestlers competing in the Royal Rumble match because each one takes less than 15 seconds to cut their promo so we don't have the last 15 to 20 minutes combined. Rumors spread that Alpha was actually angry at Samu for helping Yokozuna defeat The Undertaker 10 minutes ago and threw him in the ring as punishment for his actions. If I were Scott Steiner, I wouldn't take Samu too easily in the first 20 seconds of the Royal Rumble match, given everyone is still fresh. That was an awesome counter to the counter, as Scott Steiner leaped over Samu to prevent the back body drop only to receive a clothesline anyway. Good thinking on the part of both men. Number 3 hasn't even shown up yet too. Either the crowd is off sync with the actual countdown or the countdown on the screen is a second behind. Decide. How convenient that Rick Steiner is so close to Scott's number and just as Scott is close to being eliminated. Holy shit, Samu should be lucky that he didn't accidentally... Well, you know what gave me a near heart attack. Please be more careful here. After what happened earlier, I'm actually surprised that Bret Hart didn't immediately run after Owen Hart in retaliation for the attack. That would have been cool. Also, no offense, but having either of the Harts competing in the Royal Rumble match after what went down earlier just feels awkward. More so because of the fact that they're going about their business as if their brotherhood didn't literally get destroyed an hour ago.
We're gonna send out cameras back in the dressing room area.
An incident is going on backstage, likely because the early part of the Royal Rumble match isn't as entertaining as we would have hoped. What are the odds that Owen Hart blames his elimination at the hands of Diesel on his brother because Bret drew a much later number? Gotta take a sin off because Diesel put on a hell of a performance in the 1994 Royal Rumble match like this Domination Fest to kick it off. Bob Backlund honestly had his chance to eliminate Diesel right there, and I personally believe he would have if he didn't let go of Diesel's right leg to focus on his left leg instead.
I doubt he'll be able to do much.
Billy Gunn may not be able to do much damage to Diesel, but he can give a hell of a kick to the air, that's for sure. It's cool when wrestlers dominate by throwing their opponents out of the ring one by one, but the one thing I just can't get behind is the over 1 minute of waiting for the next entrant because I like to see action, not show what I'm doing in real time.
That's what took place earlier.
Oh yeah, the situation backstage that was announced over 5 minutes ago. I won't lie, I actually forgot about it almost instantly.
Where did he come from?
I'm just gonna throw a guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ted, but I'd say that Virgil entered through the exact same entrance that literally everyone else has been entering in lately.
Come on, Virgil. Hit him, punch him. Here we go.
Quit your cheerleading, Vince McMahon. I get that it's your company and all, but even when it's you cheerleading on commentary, it's annoying. If Macho Man Randy Savage is trying to eliminate Diesel, he's doing a terrible job, pulling at the nose, plus holding the leg in the I'm trying to keep you in the ring position. Not a great plan.
Double J wants to win the Royal Rumble. He wants to go to WrestleMania.
Well, that has got to be the most Sherlock Holmes moment in the history of Sherlock Holmes moments. Who would have thought that someone at the Royal Rumble match for a shot at the title at WrestleMania actually wants to win the Royal Rumble match and gets the title shot at WrestleMania? Freaking mind blown!
Oh, look at this.
Even from this camera angle, you can tell that Jeff Jarrett missed Randy Savage completely with that knee drop.
If Double J was smart, he'd go after Diesel.
Ted DiBiase would be great at Cinema Sins 2 expansion. Jeff Jarrett and Randy Savage should use their heads and realize that Diesel is recovering, which could lead to their imminent elimination. Is somebody gonna tell Doink the Clown that the buzzer went off and it's his turn to answer the Royal Rumble match? Apparently getting water sprayed on your chest is enough to stun Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Aim the water spray a little lower and you might shatter his quad in the process. Vince McMahon is actually shocked that Diesel and Crush are trying to eliminate Bam Bigelow after helping him eliminate Doink the Clown. They're supposed to be a team, damn it! Who cares about the rules I made?
They set him up.
First of all, that punch didn't even connect with Diesel at all, so I don't get why he's stumbling all of a sudden. But the sin mostly goes to the fact that Crush chose to abandon the elimination attempt at Bam Bigelow just to punch Diesel in the head. What an idiot. Oh shit, we forgot to show you guys this far side of the arena. And I know you've been torturing yourself with wondering where we are tonight, so here's the confirmation. Shawn Michaels tries to convince Diesel to team up with him, but in the process makes the dumbass decision of climbing the ropes and putting him in the most elimination-prone position I've ever seen. If that's the case, you might as well throw yourself over the top rope and put one foot on the floor while begging Diesel to join you. Come on, Vince, you're the guy who runs the company. How do you not know that Shawn Michaels is still alive in the Royal Rumble match? Crush lifts Shawn Michaels in the air and can easily throw him out of the ring. Hell, he's literally standing at the edge of the ring and a slight little throw will eliminate Shawn. But instead, Crush chooses to hit a press slam on the canvas, saving Shawn from elimination. What an idiot. Won't lie, I chuckled a bit seeing Bam Bigelow's reaction to Tatanka entering the Royal Rumble match. He was like, ah shit, not this guy again. Smart move for a lot of wrestlers to team up and eliminate the Big Mabel, but they're kinda doing it wrong. Mabel has never looked so in danger of elimination, yet so safe from elimination at the same time. Just when I thought I'd seen the softest knife-edge chop in the world, here's the softest one yet. Tatanka threw Shawn Michaels over the top rope, then suddenly had a change of heart by hanging on to him. What is it with wrestlers not knowing how to Royal Rumble properly? Entrant number 25 turned out to be Bastion Booger, who did not compete because, in storyline, he had a bad case of food poisoning. But do you mean to tell me that WWF told him not to compete so that fans could believe it was Bret Hart who was supposed to enter, but ultimately didn't? That'd be a ripoff if you ask me.
And Bret Hart wanted to be in the Rumble. It was a dream of his.
Yeah, competing in this particular Royal Rumble match was a dream of Bret Hart. Let's completely ignore that he was involved in nearly every existing Royal Rumble match prior. The dream was sadly ruined. To see Bret Hart limping his way to the Royal Rumble match was awesome, although it's a shame that Owen Hart was eliminated 40 minutes ago because it'd make this a whole lot better. Always cool to see the former Rockers brawl it out. However, Marty Jannetty should have better ring awareness because Shawn Michaels could easily shove him over the top rope out of the ring. The buzzer sounds the strongest for every entrant, but decides to give up on itself for the 30th entrant. That buzzer is an asshole.
Adam Bomb's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
Adam Bomb has entered from number 30, so that automatically means that he's going to win the Royal Rumble match. Premature celebration out the ass by Vince McMahon.
Every man for himself.
I'm bored, and clearly so is Vince, so let's put in another 5 sins because that was the 5th time he said every man for himself in the last 3 minutes.
Both sides. I guarantee.
Bam Bigelow channeled the force to hit that elbow shot to Lex Luger. Boy, that was terrible. Hope the ending is good at least. But wait a minute, I thought Adam Bomb was going to win the Royal Rumble match. You said so yourself, Vince. I guarantee fans never thought they'd see someone the size of Fatu do a 1080-degree spin from a clothesline. The shock and awe from the crowd really said a lot, I'll give them that. Both Lex Luger and Bret Hart were eliminated at the same time, which in turn caused one of the most controversial moves in Royal Rumble history, a double winner, when the logical thing to do would be for both men to go back into the ring and try again until only one of them was left standing. Historic? Yes, but sinful? Probably times 20.
Let's get the official word.
Vince McMahon is begging for an official word from Howard Finkel. Bruh, the referees are literally arguing about this, so we don't have an official word. You impatient or something? Also, this entire debate lasts the remaining 10 minutes of airtime, avoiding the simple sentence, hey, both men's feet hit the floor at the same time. We don't have a camera that caught all that, so let's put them back in the ring and let them duke it out until one of them wins the match. Problem solved.